Hey guys, it's Bonce Stanley with the Bayside Legion. Today I'm going to be breaking down a turkey that I shot this morning. I'm going to walk you guys through my process here real quick. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the beard and cut the beard off. Now this turkey actually has, I know beard rot's not really a thing according to the biologist, but this turkey's got a short beard and it's real orange on the tips of it. So something's definitely going on with it. But anyway, we'll cut that off, set that to the side. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the legs off. Right here at this knee joint, just make a slit. One leg, second leg. Alright, legs are done. Next step, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the tail fan off on this bird. So what you want to do is find the vent. Somewhere in here. There we go. Now if you take your hand and you put your hand to the back of the bird where the tail is, you'll feel a joint back here and all the feathers are clustered together into one chunk there. What you want to do is cut between the tail fan and that vent. So the vent is going to be up top and I'm going to make a slit right below it. Putting it on a tailgate of a truck works real well for this, or on a table or something. Alright, make your slit through the skin. And then there is a bone in here. You got to cut that bone. And the reason why I wanted to take the tail fan off is because he's still fairly fresh. Like I said, I just shot him this morning. So he's still bleeding a little bit. I didn't want all that blood getting onto the tail fan there. But as you can see, got the tail fan all set aside. Now one of my other little tricks that I like to do here is I take this tail fan, I take these back feathers that are right here, that are on the back of the tail fan, and if you take all of them, you put them in your hands here, you can see that they come apart from the rest of the fan. What I like to do is I take that in my one hand, take the knife in the other hand, and I kind of just fillet them off like I'm filleting the meat of a fish or crappie off the bone. Just run it right down the edge of that bone of the wing, or not of the wing, of the bone of the hard part of the feather of the tail fan. Let's that one up a little bit. Alright, so what I do is I take that, I'm just going to set that to the side for a moment, and what that does is it takes a lot of the meat off of the bone, or off of the wing. The less meat that you have on there, the less of a chance of it rotting and getting all gross on you. So I'm going to set that to the side for now, and I'll clean that up a little bit later, but that's what I do, especially if I'm on the road, because I'm not going to need the rest of that tail, or the rest of that back feathers when I go to mount the tail fan up. So that just helps make it a little bit cleaner and keeps the truck a little bit nicer too, so that way I don't get that smell of rotten meat. Alright, next up is for the bird. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the breastbone that's right here. We're going to make a slit right down the length of that. You can either just cut or pull the skin away. I like to do both sides of the breast a little ways. Take 2 legs. Spread them out. And I cut up the skin here by the craw pretty good ways. Gives me just more room to get that craw out later. I'm also going to try and get all of the fat off of the bird now, or all of the fat in the skin that I can. Just makes it easier when it comes time to do the final processing. A little careless there with the knife. see all this fat right here? I just grab it. Try and get as much of that off as possible. Now for the curl, what I like to do is I reach my hand up in here between the two sections of the breast meat where the wishbone's at, and just pull and cut. And then you can just pull this whole thing and just roll it right out. Now there are a couple arteries in here, or veins. I'm not a biology major, so I don't know that. My wife would know it. But what I try to do is not to cut those right there, especially with this bird being fresh. He's going to bleed a lot more. So I'm going to try and keep as much of that in there as possible until I get the meat away from the bird. Alright, now when it comes to taking the breast meat off, I'm just going to make a slit right there where at the top of the knob. And then just follow that bone structure down, keeping your knife blade right along it. Voila, one turkey breast. Two turkey breasts. Now what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take the leg meat as well. If you guys aren't taking the leg meat, shame on you. You really should. It's really good. Really good as tacos. Put it into a crock pot, let it simmer down, and once it starts to fall off the bone, shred it up, turn it into taco meat. Alright, so now we got the leg and thigh separated from the skin. What we're going to do is we're going to cut right along the edge of the breastbone. There's a joint where this leg meets the back of the spine. So we're going to find that joint, cut along here. When you find that joint, you just separate it like that. There we go. We've got a leg meat and thigh meat. Now for the other side. There you go. Second leg and thigh. And we're all set. That's how I break down a turkey. Thank you guys for watching.